DIVA Dialogue, a talk show where we cover topics about healing from addiction to getting rid of your zits. If feeling passionate about something we're talking about, give us a call on our call-in number, 989-402-5414, so you can talk with our coach, Deb, who's been coaching for 6 years. Without further ado, here's our host, Deb.
Hi. So, as you can tell, I'm still not all the way well. At least my voice isn't. So I want to tell you what's going on and what we're going to talk about, and then introduce you to my guest today. And it's just really funny. So I was sick for 3 weeks and really sick for 2 that I really couldn't do anything. And in the meantime, for last weekend, I had 4 things that I had to do, and I was sick and I couldn't get ready for them. So some of them got taken care of well, and some of them suffered. But the main thing was the baby shower for my new granddaughter, and that was 3 hours away. So when I came in on Friday to take care of all the stuff I needed to take care of here, the floor was all wet. Everything in my show window was wet. All the business cards, it was just a mess in here. So that took at least 2 hours to clean up. So I didn't get everything taken care of. It happens. So here in my guest today, here in the studio today, I have as my guest, Kristin SCHMIDT. Welcome, Kristin. Yeah, we should add your microphone.
What am I doing here?
You're going to talk.
In this?
Yes.
Is it on?
Yes.
Do I need this on?
You can.
Well, do I need it?
You can. You don't
Hello?
have to.
Hi, Deb.
So, so again, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm going to start my show and do a little introduction, and then we'll get started.
Okay.
All right.
So Kristin is with Bring Pretty Back.
That's me. That is me.
And she has a video blog that she does.
I do a show. I do a live show, and on ways that ladies can bring pretty back into their life when we lose ourselves, we lose our self-confidence, we lose ourselves. So
Keep talking.
Dylan.
It's okay. It shows it's live radio.
Oh, it's live. Yes. Thank you for having me on, Deb.
Come here. So anyway, blank air. I hate blank air. I'm going to have to cut all this out. But this is live radio. So while I was sick, I had a bunch of stuff to get ready for. And I did not schedule a show for today or next week because next week is Easter Monday. And this week I knew I was going to be coming home late from the baby shower. And it was a 3-hour drive. And I knew I'd be really tired. So I talked to Kristin late last week and asked if she would like to be on the show. And the last thing that I remembered talking about was that I didn't have a show booked, but we can do one. And so I thought it was this week that she was going to be on. In the meantime, I booked somebody else. So we're going to talk about not panicking. And just going with the flow. And thank God that my friends do this. And the other lady who is Kristin Madeira, who is just a wonderful person and author also. In fact, you should take a look at her book, Kristin, before you leave. Understood. So I have to talk to her afterwards. Are you ready to start your show yet?
I am. I'm starting right now.
Okay.
I am. Bring it around. Don't know why it won't. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Bring Pretty Back with Kristin. I am on the Devolution show today.
You're on Diva Dialogue.
Diva Dialogue. I'm on Diva Dialogue. Let's get it straight. I'm on Diva, it's been that kind of a day. I'm on Diva Dialogue today. And what we're going to be talking about is just kind of going with the flow and not letting things upset you. So that's what we're going to do. That's the show topic today. So thank you so much for joining me. My name is Kristin SCHMIDT. I talk about ways that women can bring pretty back into their lives when they've lost themselves, their self-confidence, their passion. That's what I talk about. So thank you so much for spending the time with me today on this episode. And we're just going to kind of see where the show takes us. So thanks for joining us.
So what time did you find out you were on the show today?
At 10:30. 10:30. I was supposed to be on. Sorry to get this straight. I was supposed to be on the show. We had this scheduled for the day after Easter, so I was planning on coming down the day after Easter, which was, next week. Well, I got a message from Deb that she had me scheduled for today. So, which is she's almost an hour away, so I had to get ready and get down here. So I'm here, and we're just, there's no reason to be. I knew she was counting on me, so I had to make it happen. I just had to make it happen that I was here. So I'm here, and we're going to talk about a lot of things today. The show is a little bit longer than I usually do. I usually do a show in just a few minutes, but today the show is going to be about an hour. So we'll see where the show takes us. I can see that I am in the shadows. There, that's better. That's better. Now you can see. Before it looks like I was in the basement.
It's because that window's behind you. I can come fix that too.
That's fine.
So anyway, we all have to deal with stuff like that. People cancel plans at the last minute when you're all set, ready to walk out the door.
Yes.
Meetings change.
Things
You
happen.
get to meetings and people are late.
Yes.
You're late.
Yes. Things happen.
Yeah. So name one way, maybe your favorite way to deal with that.
My favorite way?
Your favorite way, your best way.
I don't know. I don't really get riled up too easy. It doesn't really, it's my nature. I really don't get too worked up about things. So I don't really get, I don't get rattled to begin with. So it doesn't make a big difference to me. So for me, I don't get rattled. Now I have friends that get extremely rattled if things are off kilter for like 1 second. So I'm not that way. So so for me, I don't know. I just kind of roll with it. So for me, but I would say really put it in perspective. If something's, take it for what it is. If somebody's a little bit late or something has changed or something, it really isn't that life shattering. It really isn't that, it really more than likely doesn't matter.
And yet there are people that it becomes the end of the world.
Oh, end of the world. I mean, it's just like ruined. There's shut the whole thing down because they're so worked up. And, that really doesn't make any sense because life's too short for that.
There's bigger fish to fry.
Of course. There's a lot bigger problems to have than if something's a little bit late or if plans change. I don't know. I just don't see any reason to get worked up. I just don't see it.
And that isn't true. I think with a lot of people, that is not the case. So let's give them some ideas of how to deal with, if you are that kind of person, that if somebody is 5 to 10 minutes late, you're freaking out. Or if you are 5 to 10 minutes late, you're freaking out. So, let's help those people deal with that.
Well, let's.
One of my favorite things so that's a stress. That's
a stress.
And it becomes a fight or flight kind of reaction.
Yes.
Your cortisol is going through the roof. So you don't want that. That's
I have a friend,
tough on your heart.
I have a friend that does that. I have a friend
that freaks out.
Oh, it's hilarious. And she'll say, and she's dead serious, and it cracks me up. And she's dead. She's like, my cortisol level, I cannot take this. I cannot take this.
She says her cortisol.
My cortisol level is going up, and I cannot take this. I laugh every time because I think it's hilarious because it's so not me that it's funny to me because I'm so not that way. So I think I laugh about it, but to her it's very real.
Yes, it is.
To her it's very
so those
real.
People need coping skills, and one of my favorite things to say to people that get upset, and I'm going to add that my husband is sometimes one of them.
Okay,
not always, but sometimes
he can go that way.
Yes, is to take deep breaths.
Oh yeah. Yes.
To just
really. Now, I'm not saying I don't get myself upset and spun up once. I do.
But
those things
I
just
hope
don't
it's
upset
over
me.
something that's worth you getting upset over.
Well,
I would imagine that
I think it
is.
is.
Yeah.
I think it's important. But yeah. So no, if I'm upset, no, those things don't upset me. So I can't even go there. But but when I do get upset, yeah, deep breaths usually they do help. They do. They calm you. That just kind of put it in perspective. First of all, just stop and breathe. And then, if
and just focus on that breath.
Yeah.
Like breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth and just focus on it. And you can't help but relax.
It does help. It does help.
It
does.
does.
And if I'm really, really worked up, but it's like I'm a bubble bath taker. That's that's my go-to if I'm really worked. If I'm really worked up, that's what I do. But you can't always just stop what you're doing in the middle of the day and go take a bubble bath. But
especially if you're at a coffee shop waiting for somebody.
Yeah, you know what? That's inappropriate. That could be inappropriate. But yeah, if you take breaths and just really kind of stop and maybe put yourself in their shoes and see what's going on. Why are they late? Why is this happening? What's going on?
Because people usually aren't late on purpose.
No,
it's not because they want to.
They're
be
not.
late.
Some people just are. It's just how they are, and and for whatever reason, it's just how they roll. And I also have another friend that she is always late. It's like always late. She was late for her own bridal shower. She is always, she's just always late. So whenever I plan things with her, I always just plan like an hour different. Like I'll tell her an hour earlier.
Right.
And then
I had
she's
a friend
late.
that was a half an hour late.
She's always late. And I don't even, she's one of my oldest friends. I love her to death. I don't even get upset about it. She gets there when she gets there.
Right.
There's no reason to be worked up. She's not doing it to be rude
mean
or
mean. It's just the way she is.
Just how she
and
is.
most people do call. They give you a courtesy call and tell you that they're going to be late.
Yeah, they'll tell you, what's going
I'm
on.
running a tad
Sometimes things
late.
just happen. And today I was here at exactly noon. I thought I was supposed to be here next week. That she asked me to be on the show the day after Easter. So this morning she said I'll see you at noon. I said, oh, okay. Unless I hadn't celebrated Easter yesterday, we are not on the same page. So got up, got ready, got here, and here I am.
So I was a week early.
Yes, you were a week early. Yeah, I wasn't
Which
late.
is just as hard to cope with as somebody.
Yeah,
that's late.
I was not late. I was. Now I'm a week early. I'm a week early. But it wasn't. It really isn't that big of a deal. But most things are not that. They're usually not they're not life altering things when things like that happen. They're really not. You're just it was 5 minutes later. It's not really a big deal.
So right. So here you are, and you're a little bit late. Mm-hmm. You're waiting for somebody.
Yeah.
And so deep breaths would be a good way to just relax a little bit and maybe read. We have books on our cell phones.
Oh,
we could catch
yourself.
Up with email.
There's a lot of things. Yeah.
Yes.
When we have our phones now, you can be about 4 hours late, and I'm still gonna have stuff to do.
Stay productive.
Oh yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
Or not. Go on Pinterest and
or just do what you want.
Do what you want. Yeah, it doesn't even
because you already have that time marked out.
Yeah. You're more than likely you're just sitting there waiting. So there's really no reason to get. And then when they get there, if you're kind of ornery and then the whole thing is ruined.
Yes.
So what's the point?
Right.
Just let it go.
And usually the person comes in and the first thing out of their mouth is, "I'm so sorry, I'm late."
so sorry, I'm late.
And let me say to you right now, Kristin, I'm so sorry, I'm early.
You're so sorry, you're early. Yeah. That was it worked out. I'm like, you know what? I'm just supposed to be there today. I'm just supposed to, for whatever reason, I'm supposed to be there today. I gotta go. Go be on the show. Gosh. So I'm here, and I really do. I just love being on your show.
Thank you.
We always have fun.
We
always laugh, and we don't really know what's going to happen. We don't really know what's going to happen here, and but it's a lot of fun, and I'm really honored that you asked me to come. Thank you.
Yes. So we have a lot of stuff going on today.
I see that.
So Friday, the day after the big storm was Thursday, mm-hmm. and I came in, and there was siding blown off the building.
Oh boy.
And I thought, that happens.
That happens. It's
going
to happen in a storm.
Right. And I came in and I couldn't get in. The key didn't work. Oh. So here I am with this gigantic list of stuff to do. Mm-hmm. Because I went out of town for the weekend and I had events I had to prepare for.
Sure.
And get everything to those people. And I couldn't get in.
Well.
So I just called the locksmith and went, and I just rearranged so that I went and did the other things first and not the things that I had to get done here. So by the time we did get in here, I had maybe an hour to get everything finished.